Hi, Luminaires. Hello, hello. My name is Jamie Butler. Welcome to the YouTube channel. I'm the everyday medium, which simply means I just enjoy so much getting into the intuitive, the spiritual, and bringing it into an everyday use. Today, we're going to be looking at the energy of June 2025. I'll be trance channeling my guide, Maitland, which if you haven't met Maitland, she is a younger spirit and very animated, happy. And if this is the way you like to get your news, you're in the right place. And if you've been looking for energy updates on the month, what's happening, like how to prepare with your chakras, like which chakra is going to be challenged, supported, needed, what stones go with that, how can you grid your bed, what kind of sounds and smells and scents and animals can you focus on for the month to really help balance your energy, then you've arrived in the right place, because it's going to come all at you, directly to you, from Spirit. Well, from Maitland. I gesture over here because this is where she stands off screen. Colleen Ziegler is also off screen, and this is where she is over here.
Hello, everyone.
There she is. So if you are new to the channel, you might notice we're pretty casual on this end. This is how we handle our abilities. We don't handle it, we live it. We joke with it, we talk about it openly, and if that's something that resonates with you, again, these are just small little signs just saying you've landed in the right place. I definitely encourage you to write comments, get inquisitive about the content that's going on in the chat thread. There's Luminaire Tiffany. Hi, Tiffany. Thank you so much. You're the number one fan with Dancing Pear Man. That pear, that is Colleen's favorite moving icon. Like, is it the pear?
So it's the headband that gets
It's the
me.
headband?
The workout
The leaf
headband.
that looks like his hair is the best too. So back to kind of our mission, and what we're doing here is just taking the woo-woo, making it true, because it is. And if you want to work with me in any other way, I absolutely teach. I offer healings over on Learn It Live. I do retreats. In fact, I have one seat open for my African safari coming up in November, which we're going to meditate through the Serengeti. I do also have several seats open for our Taos retreat in August, and this is all focused on telepathy. If you want to learn or discover your telepathic abilities, the unspoken language, join. We're going to do 21 days of remote lessons before we even show up in person. I know. That's going to be at your own pace, and then when we show up in person, we're already bonded and ready to go. If you're into using subtle light energy to help balance your energies for health, wellness, things of this nature, I offer 21 days of Reiki. Tell you the truth, it's actually a blend of quantum healing mixed with Reiki, because I do guided meditations with it, and I work with all of your entities, guide, spirit team, as well as my own and angelic beings. And the next one coming up is on June 11th, and it's going to be focusing on the mid-year reset, which Maitland's going to talk about that today. This is more of a release and reset energy, June 11th. We also have Archangel series. This will be our 3rd out of 4. So we'll only have one more after this series, where we highlight 3 archangels, allow them to come through the body, trance channel, speak to you directly, give a lesson, introduce themselves, and they also offer a healing, which is pretty fantastic. Then touching back into healing again, if you yourself are an active practitioner in the healing world and you have Reiki level 2 or beyond, and you would want to learn a little bit more about how to apply Reiki, join me for the Reiki and Quantum Healing Fusion series. That starts in July 16th, and we're going to get really weird. I'm just going to say it like that, even though weird is not the right word. We're going to look at the things other people might not look at. That's what I mean by weird, a little outside of the box, which is fantastic. LB, thank you so much for the financial energy and love, all the ones popping up, the 1111s. If you're noticing that I am wearing our Maitland's Magic necklace, oh my God, it's so beautiful this month. I've been carrying it everywhere. I leave this one on my desk. It's the little prayer bead set. And also bracelets. And these are the stones that Maitland mentions to use to help keep your energies and your chakras in balance as we go through the month. So I'll take this off because I don't wear anything when I channel, but I want to share that because if you are sensitive and you like working with crystals, shout out to Kristen Bradley. Thank you so much for putting that together. Like, I really appreciate it and I love it. She can do it for all of you. You can check out the website and click what you are interested in and have it sent to you. Like, it's within the first week. All links are below. How's that? All links are below. There she is, Grace Space. I see you in the chat thread. I love them. Thank you so much for making them. Okay, I've talked a lot. Let's do this. Get comfortable. Get comfortable. As Maitland might say, get your pen and paper. Get it together. I'm just going to move my notes. She says so much. I really don't know how she gets all this information and just puts it together. If you are practicing seeing subtle light energy, try this side of my body, between my ear and my shoulder, not the wall. Just look at the space. See if you can see that energy shift in and out. I'll say my goodbyes now. Thank you so much for being here. If you like this kind of content, you're really helping our cause and our momentum by hitting the like button and absolutely subscribing. We do this every month. And then we also do a deep dive after. That's part of our YouTube membership. So it's an exclusive deep dive where you can ask more, I guess, what do you call them? Fuller questions? I don't know what to say. We go everywhere in the deep dive. And also in our YouTube membership, we do healings. I do healings, meditations, book club, which is on fire these days. It's incredible. And Q&As, support groups, all kinds of things, private channeled classes. It's really exciting. I like that we have that community a lot. So I appreciate all of you. You can tell the members here with your medallions next to your name. So good to see you. Thank you for returning. And of course, share the information. All right. Take care, everyone. Remember, it's not woo-woo, it's true. And I'll see you next time. It's weird to say goodbye, but I'm still here. But I'm not. Let's do it. We good, Colleen?
I think we're good.
I feel like I need some music or a countdown or something. I don't know.
That was the most thorough introduction you've done ever.
I know. What in the
proud
world?
of you.
I get 2 thorough introductions a year, probably like January, June, and most of the time, no. That's the hardest thing to do, is to stay present right before you're about to trance channel. Your energy is just crazy. It wants to leave and float out. I am ready. Okay, here we go. Check right here. Hi, Luminaires. She put lip gloss on. It's slippery. Hi, everybody. My name's Maitland. I can hear you saying hi. Hi. I'll just say it's so nice to see all of you here, everyone who's watching. Today, I'm going to be giving you information about the energy that's coming through in June, what you can be doing with it, how it can help you, and what you definitely need to be aware of. That should be the headline for this. How it's going to help you, what to be aware of. There's one line that I want you to remember for the entire month. So if you want to write it down, write it down. And this is that. Before I get into it, I'm going to say this one. Whenever your mind is floating away, stop, pause, get grounded, and get back in it. So we really need to pay attention for the month of June for your mental energy, just kind of checking out. going and doing something else that it doesn't need to be doing. And we need to say, God, you have to come back, okay? You have to stay present. Because the reason it might want to float away is that your third eye, your intuition, your psychic abilities, all of that is going to be really needed for this month. So the energy that's coming in is asking you to kind of live from the intuitive self, not necessarily the mental self. And the mental body might go, well, I'm used to being in control. So if you're not going to use me, then I'm just going to leave. Like throw a little tantrum and just kind of exit. And we don't want it to exit. We want it to be like side by side, mental and intuitive body side by side, plugged in, because it can absolutely do that. And the greatest thing about June is that the heart energy, your chakra and your heart, your love, your compassion, your openness, all of that is really being supported. It's like, hey, you might have needed that support earlier in the year, but we weren't able to give it, but we're going to give it to you now. And this is not, June is really cool because it's not just for this day, this is happening, and then this, and then something different over here. It's like we're building and holding the energy. And now we're going to build this and we're going to hold the energy. So you're going to start to feel more successful in your spiritual awareness, in your evolution, in your awakeness, because the shifting of energy is not so quick for the month. And if you can just remember the first thing I said? When your mind starts to wander, go, wait, stop, let's pause. Let's get it back together, let's ground it. Because the root chakra is the one that's going to be challenged the whole month. That's I have to stay grounded and I need to stay present. And because the shifting into the supporting intuitive, like that's what's needed the most, and the mind wandering off, that shift between the two, intuitive and mind. That's where you get all the opportunity to stay very grounded and not just go, I don't know what's going on, and float away. I don't want anybody floating away. Okay, so this is the month of June. I will call it uplifting. I want to call it new, fabulous, positive, uplifting energy. How's that? That's pretty amazing, because if you're sitting around and you have like your spiritual seatbelt on and you're feeling like things are kind of rough, you can unclick out of that, okay? Just this month, unclick. And we start off with practicing your grounding. As we come off of May, there's a lot of like you energy and feel you and get to know you. And now it's like ground in that. Who are you? Ground into it. And it gives you an opportunity to get more stable, more practice in having this positive. When I say positive, I mean like favorable. It's energy that's for you and that's going to work for you. And so that energy is around you. And just think of it like abundant, low-hanging fruit. And you can just pick and eat and pick and eat and pick and eat. And so you're full when you need to be full. But I want you to remember, when this is happening and things are good, I want you to mind your own business. How's that? Did you get told? Did I tell you? I want you to mind your own business. Let other people have their happiness the way that they want their happiness, okay? Because you want your happiness the way that you have your happiness. So let other people have their happiness the way that they want their happiness. So that's the energy that we're starting with. It's not like isolate yourself. I'm not saying that. You can mix and mingle, because around the 6th, this is kind of like the first burst of energy, and it's all about relationships. Like Venus is really doing some good stuff, and the energy coming in wants to make relationships strong. So you really want to look at all of the relationships that you have: intimate, family, friendship, so on, boss, blah, 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 blah. And it's going to get strong. And with you observing the strength of those relationships and the bonding becoming tighter, this will also bleed over to this kind of mass consciousness energy of us all being in one, or with unity. And so that kind of comes together really strong. So as you are going through your grounding, your happiness, the abundance of energy around you, you're going to be working in relationships and community. I'm not asking you to isolate, but when you're in this, it's about you minding your own business. You don't need to give opinions if they're not asked for. You don't have to give directions if they're not asked for. People know what they're doing, they know where they're going, they know what they want, and they know what they're feeling. If you need more information from them, then ask the information from them, but you don't have to tell them. And you don't need to judge anyone. If you want to judge someone, judge yourself. But you don't have to do it on anybody else. Celebrate that they're making those decisions. So we get this lovely energy at the end of the first week. And then this is just like an uphill slide of wonderfulness all the way, just all the way. Okay, so the 6 relationships, stronger, bonding, mass consciousness increases the awareness of unity. This comes around later on the 17th, I want you to know. And then when we get closer to the 8th is like a super positive day. Super, like, you might get some good news. I just want you to like eat and drink and feel and act with all the positive energy. So if your mind is wandering off because it's not used to things going so well, or feeling this energy that's in alignment with you, or this energy that's healing or lifting you or allowing you to like, come, feel better, raise your vibration. And your mind is like, well, I'm not used to this, so I'm checking out. And it wanders off. What do you have to do? Pause. You grab it and ground it, because we want your mind to be involved. No more disassociation. No more pushing away on the mind. Like, this is a great time to plug these things together. So we have a super positive day. And then on the 9th, it's like, let's take super positive day and let's expand it. Let's expand it and stretch it out. And let's bring in some emotions, some favorable emotions. And let's take this emotional energy and let's start grounding it into the foundation of who you are. So this is an example of taking 3D energy and making it 5D energy. It's an example of evolution, of a bigger awareness. And it's taking emotions that you normally have, heightening them, and leveling them off to where now you stand on the heightened version of the emotion, and that's your newer foundation. And then we go to the 10th. 8, 9, 10. And 10 is like, okay, now we've been building and building and building. And for some of you who are already deep into your spiritual path, you'll just see the 8th, 9th, and 10th as just like ice skating, just the smoothest, wind in your hair. Like, life is good, life is great, that kind of a thing. Soak it up. Okay, so we go to the 10th, and the 10th is like, okay, let's take what you're working on and make a commitment to let's make a commitment to like a spiritual growth, a spiritual journey. If you have a religious belief system, it would be like, let's make a commitment to your faith. Let's renew this. Let's see very clearly where we're directing our energy resources. And in that, because we've been heightening the emotions and you're not letting your mind wander, right? You're bringing it back in. You're going to find that when you renew that commitment, which on the 10th, this energy that starts to come in on the 10th lasts the entire rest of June. Like, just think about it. Every day, just the same. Boom, 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 boom. Commit to a spiritual journey. Commit to a spiritual journey, which I think is really wonderful, because Jamie didn't know this, but we told her to do, when we squeezed in the 21 days, we wanted it to be at the 11th, because that's right after making your commitment. And that can be an example of committing to a spiritual journey or committing to spiritual growth. So you can be led by somebody, you can get into a group, you can join a new chat thread, you can join a workshop, a series, a class, take on like 20 days or 21 days of meditation. And that 21 days ends on July 1st. So you use all of this energy that comes in on the 10th. So what happens with this emotional awareness, the heart is fully supported. All the energy that's coming in, like it wants you to win, especially the new moon this month, the new moon on the 25th, it just wants you to win. So this energy that's supporting the heart chakra, it wants you to feel safe. It wants you to feel emotions. It just, it's like hugging a soft teddy bear and eating cotton candy at the same time. Just goodness. Well, it's goodness for me. I have memories like that. Okay. You might find that you kind of bump up across some like spiritual boundaries, some things that maybe you've decided of where your limitation is or what you're accepting and not accepting, and your emotions might want to grow beyond them because they're at a higher frequency. So you will need to adjust what those spiritual boundaries are. And you're going to have this innate instinct from the 10th through the end of June to kind of protect your spiritual boundaries or your faith's boundaries. And if you're like an atheist and you just like don't believe in anything, it would be like your thoughts boundaries, where your integrity is. You would want to protect those levels. So I just want you to be aware of that potential conflict and relationship between emotional growth beyond what your belief system is around spiritual boundaries. Then you would think on the 11th, with the full moon in Sagittarius, that it would be like the exclamation mark on this incredible like rev up of energy. But it's not. It just kind of goes, here I am, I'm a full moon. I'm called the strawberry moon. I'm very nice. I'm kind of like a small party, and I want you to feel a little like adventurous, or like you want to discover something. But if you're really into manifesting and looking at all of those energies, I'm just a little too cool this month to take all that on. So it's a really nice moment or day of illumination, but it's not overly active. It's just kind of mellow. So we rev up, super positive day, expansive day, commit to a journey, full moon illumination, but it's more of a soft, sweet. Because this month is really uplifting, and it's really more on a favorable side of energy, but it also wants you to be together, not just in relationships, but inside of you. Your mind to be with your heart, to be with your body, to be with your spirit. Like it wants to have all of you together. So in this illumination point at the full moon, you get a little rest. Because then we come into a little bit of energy that's like really independent. Like coming into week 3 is more like I have my independence. I'm remembering who I am, how I stay grounded to my energy, which, as I mentioned, root chakra is going to be challenged. And the crystal I picked for it is black tourmaline. See, it grows in a triangle of black tourmaline. And you can put black tourmaline anywhere, everywhere, all the time. I love it. It's great for you, and it's really, really helpful. You can put it in your pocket, your purse, by your desk, in your car, around your bed, anywhere, everywhere. And black tourmaline is like, hey, I'll keep the unfavorable energy at bay. It's not working with you, I can tell. So I'll magnetically just repel it so that you can work with the things that work for you. So it's a good natural cleaner of your energy and of the crystals and stones that you put with it as well. It is great in grounding, stability, security. It's going to bring forth all of that. So it's a powerful one, but at the same time, you don't feel crazy when you hold it. Like it's very sweet to hold, but it works really strong. And it's not asking a lot of you. It's like doing work for you. So this is a great one all month. I would wear it all the time. I definitely, when we talk about the bed grid, okay, I'd put it around the bed. So then we kind of come off of the independence, remembering how to ground. And then you might feel a little like weird with all of this abundant energy. Just stay active, move your body. You know, if you're feeling weird and you're stagnant, like don't be stagnant, go for a walk, please. And then like on the 16th is a really great intuitive day. I would say that is the best day to communicate with spirit or to try a new technique in meditation or healing or, you know, a trance channeling meditation, like going deeper than ever before on the 16th. Like get into nature, or just do something, because your light body is going to be so sensitive with the energy coming in. It feels good and it lifts. And this is just taking you to the next level, because on the 17th, like you definitely, if you're taking notes, you want to write on the 17th. But I will tell you, if you're part of the YouTube, what do you call it? It's not a club. Membership. If you're part of the membership, I make a calendar and we share the Google Calendar, and you can link to that. So you don't have to take the notes because I put them in there for you. But if you're not a part of the membership, I thought club again, that you can write it down, and you want to write the 17th down, because that is a big shift day. That is a day that something is breaking, and it's okay, because you want it to break. You want it to break in every country, with every person, everywhere, all over. And that is where, you know, that we talked about on the 6th, where the relationships were getting stronger and kind of mass consciousness was coming back together again, a little bit stronger, and looking at the value of relationships. Well, on the 17th, the energy that's coming in, can I say a cuss word?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's like a no bullshit energy. And it's going to come in and it's going to say, I'm done with the bullshit. I'm done with the drama, llama, and we're going to cut it off. Because people are going to start waking up and going, oh, this is not productive. Me getting caught up in your storyline, not productive. Oh, me just like being stimulated by the over sensationalized news and market and media, it's not for me. And it's like people want to quit it cold turkey, because the energy on the 17th is like you. It's all about you. And so they you start to recognize that the drama outside of you is not productive, and you get more precise. You get nitpicky. I like the word nitpicky. You hone in on what you really want to do, and you focus on getting that done, because you'll start to feel progress, motivation, pulled into things. And this just builds from the 17th, and it gets lifted again on the 23rd. The 23rd through the end of the year is like the most best, amazing, incredible manifestation energy. And if you're clear now, because the mental body got washed of the drama llama storylines, and you're looking at yourself and you're being more precise in your decision making, who you're keeping around you and what you're doing, and you've got this lifted heart and emotions, because that's been happening. All of a sudden you're in a new playing field, and then you hit the 23rd through the end of the month, and it's like, let's make something together. Let's do something together. And you start to focus on what you want to co-create. What do you want to bring? So it might be beneficial to go back in your calendar, like on the 1st, and say, let's take a moment today to get really clear about the dreams and the goals that I am aiming for and what I want to manifest in my life. Because by the end of the month, you could very well either achieve them or definitely be at least more than halfway there. Because this is the month that just takes the energy and applies it. It's the application. Put it in, put it in, put it in. Whoop. And the 25th with the new moon in Cancer, so sweet, so beautiful, so kind. If you have any rituals and manifestation things around the new moon, this would be a great one to do because she wants you to win. All the energy that's coming in on the 25th, all around the world, is like, we want you to win. What you be very clear, be very precise about what you're doing. Okay. And then leave room for it to be better than what you could imagine, more successful than what you've planned on, because your level of confidence might be undermining you. So make sure you leave a little wiggle room to make bigger stuff. And so when you get to the 25th, you can push that information out. And then this grows until the end of the year. And there's only one kind of hiccup, and that's at the end of the month on the 29th, where it's like, it feels like sandpaper. It's sandpaper energy. And some people get really ruffled about this, and they're just like, why are you irritating me? And I'm so frustrated. And you get into fights that don't make sense. So I would just say on the 29th, take a little practice of pushing off and being like, it's good. I'm smooth. I'm just observing. That's like the only kind of little snag thing. But this is the energy of June. I already talked to you about using black tourmaline for your challenged root chakra to help you stay grounded. I mentioned how the heart chakra is going to be supported for this month. All those emotions lifting into higher frequencies. I went with a rose quartz. Sweet, calm, simple, full of compassion. This one, rose quartz energy, likes to take a pause. So when you're like, hey, mind, where did you go? Bring it on back. Let me get still. And when you get still, this energy goes, yeah. And it just gets a little bit bigger, and it can help you with that regrounding, pulling your mind in to connect to where you presently are. That's why I like her. And you can absolutely put her anywhere, in your pocket, in your purse, by your bedside, around your bed, in your car, desk, anywhere. Then the chakra that's needed the most is going to be the third eye. But instead of choosing an indigo stone, I went with amethyst. Amethyst is the frequency most known for the crown chakra that's outside of the body. But amethyst has this cooling, calming sense. And it's best for the month of June to keep a cool, calm head as you're doing all of this abundant growth work. And I hit the camera, sorry. All this abundant growth work. So I like the feeling of amethyst, but it does have this higher frequency where it likes to merge you from 3D to 5D. And so it's going to work really nicely with your intuitive abilities. So on the 16th, where it's like a really great day to communicate with energies, wonderful time to bring out your amethyst and just kind of soak in that energy. If you're somebody who is really into frequencies and sound, I chose the 528. That also is resonating for rose quartz. That is the heart, compassion, lifting frequency. It's actually the sound of nature as well, is a 528 Hertz. So if you're not really into the sound, I would say, let's get around some plants. Let's get around some trees and get outside. If you like smells and you want to make some essential oil, I picked 4 that you can make a little recipe with. And those 4 ingredients, it goes 4 drops, 3, 2, 1. The biggest one is frankincense. Frankincense is actually a really good healer of the physical body as well. And then 3 drops of bergamot. And that's really good for calming and brightening emotions in the heart. And 2 drops lavender. That is for the third eye and the crown chakra. And then 1 drop germanium, which is a really sweet smelling flower. And that will kind of offset some of the frankincense that's trying to ground you and keep your honesty. The spiritual animal of the month of June, I chose the turtle. I chose the turtle. Okay, hear me out. Because I don't want your mind wandering, and I want you to bring it back in. That's what the turtle does. The turtle stays grounded. It's low to the ground. It stays grounded, and it moves with precision, which is what you're going to really be learning those skills on the 17th. dropping the drama llama, getting more directed into that's your storyline. This is what I'm doing. Like your emergency doesn't warrant, Colleen says this, your emergency doesn't warrant my emergency. Is that it?
It is, but it's not the word emergency, and now
Oh.
I'm completely blank about what it is.
Whoops. You're freaking out doesn't mean that I need to freak out.
Urgency.
Urgency.
Urgency, yes.
Your urgency is not my emergency.
Because your emergency might actually be my emergency. I would take emergencies more seriously than someone's urgency.
Oh.
It's the whole
I see
idea
the
of someone's
difference.
feeling really urgent about something
This has to
that
happen.
they're trying to draw you into.
That's the one I want.
Yes.
Urgency.
Yes.
Okay. Your urgency is not my urgency, says Rose Quartz and Colleen Ziegler. Yeah. So the turtle, calm, stable, slow, precise, present, grounded. That is our energy for June. What are you thinking? I hope you left a whole bunch of comments for me. And if you need more clarity, I have 2 more things I want to say. If you have more clarity, leave them. Actually, I have 3 more things I want to say. Economy.
Maybe 5.
Oh, it's so close to me today. I keep hitting it. Okay. Economics, money. Where do I want to begin? I like talking about investments of money and how to keep your money safe, especially in the United States, because that's where a larger part of our viewers are. But overall, globally, it is safe to be investing into gold and silver. Gold is still going to go a little bit higher and be more valuable, especially into 2026. So it's a safe investment. But I would invest into the actual gold and silver, not just the stocks of. I would be aware if you're investing into stocks because they are going to be a little bit volatile, but I would definitely look towards more of the tech variety than any others because there are going to be some shakedowns on some larger global companies that aren't doing safe, healthy business. That's how you say it. Like they're manufacturing their things crooked or with a lot of toxins that are not good for people. In fact, there's going to be several companies going to be called out, and there's going to be a call to action to apply law to protect the health of people for what is being put into products. You'll start to hear about that this month, but it kind of like it'll take a little while to grow into. And so going back to investment, I would definitely invest into property, and that would be worldwide. For United States, at least the annual percentage rates, like they're going to drop just a hair, not much. It's going to stay kind of stable. So go ahead and get into what you want to get into now and for this year. And then in 2 to 3 years, you could look at reassessing it. But there is going to be changes. Like I mentioned before with cryptocurrency, last November, it's just kind of hitting more of stable. So it's not as flux. It is still volatile. Like it'll go up and down, but you just got to watch it. But if you want to invest in it, it's about a long-term investment and leaving it in there, and you will make some gain. So I wouldn't be so upset about that. It is getting more user-friendly, and it's going to be turning into what is going to be used as you're going to watch in the future, not near future, but future, how money starts to dissolve itself. The other thing I wanted to talk about is multidimensionals because they are everywhere. And I do mean that. I don't mean that as an exaggeration. They are all around us. They are on Earth. They are in the water. They're in the air. They're in this atmosphere and space. And they're all here for the progress and the help of people. And I don't mean to say that like people on Earth are needing the help and that they are like children. It's not that. The people on Earth are the caretakers of the Earth, and they completely forgot that, and they got caught up in trying to manage each other. So the shift from 3D to 5D takes it back to being the care provider of the Earth and care provider for self. So that flip-flop is what you're in the middle of. That's what you're feeling. And multidimensionals are going to come down more often to speak to people. if you're one of those people who are a star seed and you look at the stars all the time and you just kind of long for this connection, the biggest thing that you need to be focusing on is your telepathic abilities and skills, because this is the way that multidimensionals communicate. And once you practice those telepathy skills, then your communication lines will, like, they'll turn on to the multidimensionals, and you'll be one of those people who are in contact, who can then begin to tell other people who are not in contact what they're like, what they're needing, and what's happening. In the deep dive, I'll talk about some more shady stuff that's going on with other things and get a little bit deeper on some other topics. But did anybody have anything that was like you needed more clarity on? I like this month. I really do.
There was if there's a replacement for germanium oil, or just do without.
Yeah, if you like lavender, I would do without germanium, and I would just add another drop of lavender and make it a 4-3-3. 4-3-2-2. No, 4-3-2-2.
And then we also have the summer solstice this month. Any comments on that? When I say this month, I mean June. I know it's May right now. Just for clarity.
I thought about that for a second.
I know, that's why I corrected myself.
Because we do this a little bit early. Summer solstice energy. What do you want to know about it? It's right in the middle of all the good stuff and all the manifestating. Manifestating? That's not a word.
Manifestation?
Manifestation. So the energy that's coming in is absolutely going to be the familiar energy of the new moon, which is, I want you to win. And so that balance of masculine, feminine energy, the day and the night, all of that is going to come together and anchor, which really gives June a better, I want to say, strength to be a reset. Like, you let it be your reset button to being more of who you are. But no, there's nothing, I don't hear of anything special. There is going to be a lot more multidimensional activity near the solstice.
So it's more the energy around the solstice rather than the solstice itself.
Oh, definitely. Days before it and definitely days after it.
And then we had a question about, for bed gridding, should we use selenite too?
I forgot to talk about the bed grid.
Why don't you add that real quick and then we'll wrap up.
Okay. I would absolutely do black tourmaline, rose quartz, amethyst. Boy, that's going to give you some really good deep sleep for the month of June, which you'll need because you're soaring so high with your consciousness. I would absolutely use selenite because the third eye is needed, and there is a lot of opportunity to be in alignment with your intuitive self and get your mind to come on board. Like, come on, you're not the leader anymore. We're both going to do it. The intuitive body and the mental body. Let's go. So the selenite will help. That's the third time I've hit that table. I will remember next time. I really like doing this with you. Thank you so much. If you don't know what a bed grid is, it's where you put a set of each of the stones that I mentioned on each of the corner of the beds. And what happens is those stones talk to each other. So there's 4 corners on the bed. So you need 4 black tourmaline, 4 rose quartz, 4 amethyst, 4 selenite. And you put them there. That black tourmaline will keep everything clean. And also what I like about the gridding of the bed, Kristen does the Maitland's Magic, that's my name, and she does a bed gridding set. And the stones that we picked for this month, even Colleen mentioned it at the beginning, that it could be so easily reused and reused and reused for so many other applications, because these stones have such a broad usage. And so I like that this one is going to be really repetitive. So if you're just getting into your crystal journey, buying these, you'll find yourself using them differently throughout the rest of your life, which is sweet.
They can, I can see them being added in additional months to the ones already made.
Oh, that's true too.
Yeah, because it's such a standard blend. I love it.
It is. Good healing times.
Thank you, Maitland.
Thank you so much for being here. I look forward to seeing you in the membership over on the deep dive. Take care, everybody. Bye.
Bye. You gonna say see you later, alligator?
I was going to, but you said to wrap it up. I'll see you later, alligator.
I was like, you are not going out without that. There was one,
It's
get over the turtle, or get over the hurdle, little turtle.
Oh, that's an encouraging
See you over
statement.
the hurdle, little turtle.
See you over the hurdle, little turtle. I like that. You could say that like when you're doing something challenging. I'll see you over the hurdle, little turtle. It's so
Or
funny.
let's climb over all the hurdles, little turtles.
Let's.
There's so many hurdles and turtles.
Hurdles and turtles and myrtles. I play a kiss, jellyfish.
See you soon, baboon.
I got a job, warthog.
Awesome
manana, iguana.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Love you, Maitland. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
We'll see you at 1:15.
Okay. And if you ever need me, just call me. I will be happy to come visit you and help you out. Bye.